Leprosy. Introduction. Leprosy, also called Hansen's disease, is a chronic infectious disease caused by an acid-fast bacillus, Mycobacterium leprae, that is widely prevalent in the tropics. Globally, India, Brazil, Nepal, Mozambique, Angola and Myanmar account for 91% of all cases. India alone accounts for 78% of the world's disease. Patients suffer not only from the primary effects of the disease but also from social discrimination, sadly compounded by use of the word leper for one affected with this disease. Close contact over a long duration, several years, is required. For disease transmission, ignorance of this fact on the part of the general public results in ostracism and social stigma. History records that in the distant past sufferers were made to wear cow bells so that other people could avoid them. The use of the term leper, still used metaphorically to denote an outcast, does not help to break down the social barriers that continue to exist against the sufferer. Pathology. The bacillus inhabits the colder parts of the body, hence, it is found in the nasal mucosa and skin in the region of the ears. Thus involving the facial nerve as it exits from the stylomastoid foramen. The disease is transmitted from the nasal secretions of a patient, the infection being contracted in childhood or early adolescence. After an incubation period of several years, the disease presents with skin, upper respiratory or neurological manifestations. The bacillus is acid-fast but weakly so when compared with Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The disease is broadly classified into two groups, lepromatous and tuberculoid. In lepromatous leprosy, there is widespread dissemination of abundant bacilli in the tissues, with macrophages and few lymphocytes. This is a reflection of the poor immune response, resulting in depleted host resistance from the patient. In tuberculoid leprosy, on the other hand, the patient shows a strong immune response with scant bacilli in the tissues, epithelioid granulomas, numerous lymphocytes and giant cells. The tissue damage is inversely proportional to the host's immune response. There are various grades of the disease between the two main spectra called dimorphos or borderline variant. Mycobacterium leprae. Pathology. Filled circle leprosy is a chronic curable infection caused by M. leprae filled circle. It occurs mainly in tropical regions and resource-poor countries. Filled circle. The majority of cases are located in the Indian subcontinent. Filled circle transmission is through nasal secretions, the bacillus inhabiting the colder parts of the body. Filled circle. It is attributed to poor hygiene and unsanitary conditions. Filled circle. The incubation period is several years. Filled circle. The initial infection occurs in childhood. Filled circle. Lepromatous leprosy denotes a poor host immune reaction. Filled circle. Tuberculoid leprosy occurs when host resistance is stronger than the virulence of the organism. Clinical features and diagnosis. Treatment. The disease is slowly progressive and affects the skin, upper respiratory tract and peripheral nerves. In tuberculoid leprosy, the damage to tissues occurs early and is localized to one part of the body, with limited deformity of that organ. Neural involvement is characterized by thickening of the nerves, which are tender. There may be asymmetrical well-defined anesthetic hypopigmented erythematous macules with elevated edges and a dry and rough surface, lesions called leprids. In lepromatous leprosy, the disease is symmetrical and extensive. Cutaneous involvement occurs in the form of several pale macules that form plaques and nodules called lepromas. The deformities produced are divided into primary, which are caused by leprosy or its reactions, and secondary, resulting from effects such as anesthesia of the hands and feet. Nodular lesions on the face in the acute phase of the lepromatous variety are known as leonine facies, looking like a lion. Later, there is wrinkling of the skin, giving an aged appearance to a young individual. There is loss of the eyebrows and destruction of the lateral cartilages and septum of the nose with collapse of the nasal bridge and lifting of the tip of the nose, figure 6.17. There may be paralysis of the branches of the facial nerve in the bony canal or of the zygomatic branch. Blindness may be attributed to exposure keratitis or iridocyclitis. Paralysis of the orbicularis oculi causes incomplete closure of the eye, epiphora and conjunctivitis, figure 6.18. The hands are typically clawed, figure 6.19, because of involvement of the ulnar nerve at the elbow and the median nerve at the wrist. Anesthesia of the hands makes these patients vulnerable to frequent burns and injuries. Similarly, clawing of the toes, figure 6.20, occurs as a result of involvement of the posterior tibial nerve. When the lateral popliteal nerve is affected, it leads to foot drop, and the nerve can be felt to be thickened behind the upper end of the fibula. Anesthesia of the feet predisposes to trophic ulceration, figure 6.21, chronic infection, contraction and autoamputation. Involvement of the testes causes atrophy, which in turn results in gynecomastia, figure 6.22. Confirmation of the diagnosis is obtained by a skin smear or skin biopsy, which shows the classical histological and microbiological features. Leprosy. Diagnosis. Filled circle. Typical clinical features and awareness of the disease should help to make a diagnosis. Filled circle. The face has an aged look, with collapse of the nasal bridge and ocular changes. Filled circle. Thickened peripheral nerves, patches of anesthetic skin, claw hands, foot drop and trophic ulcers are characteristic. Filled circle. Microbiological examination of the acid-fast bacillus and typical histology on skin biopsy are confirmatory. Treatment. The disease is slowly progressive and affects the skin, upper respiratory tract. A herbal derivative from the seeds of Hypnocarpus whiteanus, Chulmujra, was the mainstay of treatment, with some success, until the advent of dapsone, diaminodiphenylsulfone. Dapsone, one of the principal drugs, was a derivative of printosol red and was discovered by Domagike. This is used according to the WHO guidelines along with rifampicin and clofazimine. During treatment, the patient may develop acute manifestations. These are controlled with steroids. Multiple drug therapy for 12 months is the key to treatment. A team approach between an infectious diseases specialist, plastic surgeon, ophthalmologist, and hand or orthopedic surgeon is important. Surgical treatment is indicated in advanced stages of THE disease for functional disability of limbs, cosmetic disfigurement of the face and visual problems. These entail major reconstructive surgery, which is the domain of the plastic surgeon. Surgery for deformities in the hand is aimed at returning the ability to achieve a grasp and a pinch grip. Tendon transfers, pioneered by Brand and Tovey, are used to recreate THE. Function of the lumbricals that have been lost due to damage to the ulnar nerve. In the foot, damage to the common peroneal nerve leads to a foot drop due to paralysis of tibialis. Anterior. If a foot drop splint is not adequate, then once again a tendon transfer, tibialis posterior into the dorsum of the foot, will improve function. Ulcers resulting from an insensate foot should be completely debrided followed by protection with a plaster cast. The general surgeon may be called upon to treat a patient. When the deformity is so advanced that amputation is required or an abscess needs drainage as an emergency. All surgical procedures obviously need to be done under anti-leprosy drug treatment. This is best achieved by a team approach. Educating patients about the dreadful sequelae of the disease so that they seek medical help early is important. It is also necessary to educate the general public that patients suffering from the disease should not be made social outcasts. Leprosy. Treatment. Filled circle. Multiple drug therapy for a year. Filled circle team approach. Filled circle surgical reconstruction requires the expertise of a hand surgeon, orthopedic surgeon and plastic surgeon. Filled circle education of the patient and general public should be the keystone in prevention.